Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Prime Minister Andrej Plenković met with NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg in Brussels today, with whom he discussed strengthening collective security and deterrence and burden sharing among allies. He said that Croatia's goal is to bring defense spending up to NATO's target of 2% of GDP.
The Croatian government in the last year and 4 or 5 months that we have been in office has demonstrated very clearly, both in our budget of 2017 and 2018, that Croatia is increasing its defense budget. The objective is to increase our capabilities, to be interoperable and to be ready to respond to all the challenges and threats that we might be facing as a country, but also that we might be facing as an alliance.
For his part, Stoltenberg thanked Croatia for its commitment to the NATO alliance.
We really appreciate your strong commitment to NATO and all the contributions that Croatia is making to our shared security, both with the presence and your contributions to our deployments in Lithuania and in Poland, but also the fact that Croatia has troops both in the NATO mission in Afghanistan and in Kosovo, and the role they also play in the region, helping to address the challenges we all face in the Western Balkans.
Prime Minister Plenković is scheduled to participate in an informal meeting of heads of EU member states tomorrow. Earlier at today's cabinet session, the Prime Minister said that consultations on appointing a new Agrokor crisis manager to replace Ante Ramljak were underway. He said that the company was functioning normally and communication with creditors was routine. Plenković concluded that government's goal was to continue the restructuring process and reach a settlement deal with creditors.
Very shortly, I would say at the beginning of next week, when all the necessary consultations are completed, government will, in line with its responsibilities, file a proposal with the Commercial Court for the naming of a new crisis management team. It is likely that this time we will have more than one representative leading the team. That is to say, there will definitely be a deputy crisis manager.
Ahead of today's cabinet session, ministers commented on the Agrokor situation, mostly agreeing that it would take a few days to find Ramljak's replacement.
Of course, everyone would like this to be resolved as soon as possible, but obviously this will take some time. But I don't think we will have to wait too long. Ramljak tendered his resignation, and I would have done the same if I did not enjoy the Prime Minister's support. I am confident, and the Prime Minister said so himself, that we will propose a new crisis manager in the shortest possible time frame. I think the government is acting in a measured way, that this kind of job is done not on an hourly or daily basis, and that it will get resolved.
Meanwhile, economic analysts feel that Ramljak's resignation will not threaten the settlement negotiations.
I think he should have seen the process off to the end and achieved a settlement deal, because he and his team were the ones working on that. The only possible replacement for Ramljak and his team are a group of international professionals who have experience, like the not long forgotten Antonio Alvarez. It is important that his replacement is a good moderator in reaching a settlement deal, that the settlement is implemented, and that the settlement enables the restructuring process to go forward, and that there not be too many legal suits filed as a result. You have a choice between two bad options. One is that you take someone from within Ramljak's team, who will have all of the same problems Ramljak brought with him. The second is to take on someone who is not involved in the process, which means that you will be delaying the process.
Government forwarded into parliamentary procedure today a package of 6 laws aimed at reducing the backlog in Croatian courts. Cabinet members say the package of laws is a mini reform of the judiciary. The laws deal with, among other things, the courts, their jurisdiction, the state prosecutor's office, and the state attorney's council.
This is tied to reducing the number of unresolved cases. Going back a couple of years now, we have been resolving more legal cases than are being filed. and we feel that these measures will have a positive effect and that these trends will be even better in the future.
Snow continues to hamper traffic throughout most of the country, especially in Gorski Kotar and Lika. Drivers are warned that winter conditions are in effect. And taking a quick look at sports, the Croatian national basketball team will host Romania in Zadar tomorrow in qualifications for the 2019 World Cup in China. Croatia lost its first 2 games and needs a win to keep its hopes of qualifying alive. Opening tip-off is at 6 p.m. And now the forecast for tomorrow. More snow is expected in the first half of the day, especially in mountainous regions, while the northern Adriatic will see some snowdrift. The southern coast will see intermittent rain into the late afternoon. The northern Adriatic will see a strong to gale-force northeasterly, reaching hurricane-force gusts in some places. Slightly milder easterly and southeasterly winds on the southern Adriatic. Morning lows of -3 to +2 degrees Celsius inland, -5 in mountainous regions, and 5 to 10 on the coast, will not change much throughout the day, except in southern Dalmatia, which will see unseasonably warm temperatures of up to 15 degrees. The 3-day forecast for the interior calls for less snow on Saturday with more sun, but significantly colder in the evening. Cold on Sunday with some intermittent snow, primarily in mountainous regions. The start of the new week will see even colder temperatures and some light snow. The southern coast will see unseasonably warm temperatures on Saturday. It will be very cold on Sunday with a chance of some snow driven by strong to gale-force northeasterly winds. There is even a chance of some snow on the islands. Cold temperatures will persist on Monday. And that wraps up the news. Be sure to join us again tomorrow night.